Hey everyone, welcome to Illegal Alien Racing. This is a 12-lap final in rental kart league racing out at Dallas Karting Complex in the heavies class. I'm starting 8th. I should be starting 9th, but they messed up the grid. Green flag, here we go. We all get through here pretty clean. Things looking pretty good. That's Justin to my right. Take a little bit of a defensive line. The outside's clear. We're all pretty tame through this right-hander. That is Justin again in number 17. I'm mic'd up with him and Talon. I'll bring some in-car audio to you later. A little bump right there. Sends him a little wide, not intentional, just kind of in the way. He gets me back though. Chris hits him and he hits me. Watch this. Turns me almost sideways. I'm full turn to the right to try to save it. Luckily I'm able to. Would have been a really bad spot to spin out. Would have ruined my race and probably races of some of the other drivers. That is Chris behind me, silver arrow behind him, and Justin in red to the right. Gets into Chris just a little bit. He does apologize on the radio, but Chris is not on the radio, so he can't hear it. Kart 13, he was a driver that was in 31 the last race. I'm not familiar with him as far as, I don't think I've raced him much before in the past. But kart 13 is a really fast kart. So coming down to complete lap 1, we're in the 6th spot, so things are looking okay. We've got a pack of 4 karts just ahead. So if they start racing each other, I'm gonna have a chance to get up there and make up some spots. I'm gonna need some help though, and help shows up here in the next corner. Watch kart 13. Goes in low, wipes out 2 other karts, and slows himself down in the process. I go into 3rd spot in 1 corner. I'm not really sure what he was doing there. He wasn't going to make any moves there. You have to remember that the track is slippery, and it's harder to slow the karts down. And if you do hit another kart, given that it is slippery, they tend to slip out and spin a lot easier. If contact is made, so I'm not sure what he was doing there. I doubt it was intentional, but intentional or not intentional, the result is the same, and you just shouldn't try those moves or even be down there, especially this early in the race. But it did benefit me, so again, you can always count on other league racers to kind of help you out during the race. Ahead of me is kart number 29, which I think is the fastest kart in the fleet. I don't know who's driving it. I'd say kart 13 is probably the 2nd fastest one that I'm aware of. And Talon is in the lead by a good margin in kart number 7. I drove that kart in practice, and kart 7 is fast, but the brakes are super stiff. And I went pretty wide the first corner that required braking because the brakes just didn't work. You have to really mash on them to get them to even start to engage just a little bit. So you're definitely going to want to stick around for the end of this one. It looks a little boring right now, but the end gets super good. It's probably one of the best finishes ever that I've had, especially in rental kart racing for sure. It gets pretty good. So it's important at this point in the race is just to, just to lay down the fastest laps possible and most importantly, be consistent. Kart number 9, it's not terrible, but it's not good either. It's not a winning kart. So I'm going to try to just protect what I have and try to, finishing in 3rd is going to be tough. But if some of the guys behind me start to battle, I do have a chance. That's the thing, is if they line up and just stay in one line, they'll probably catch me pretty quick. But if they start fighting with each other, it just lets me kind of stay ahead of them and them not be able to close the gap on me. You see him back there, that's Chris, and that is Shaston behind him, which was involved in that incident earlier in turn 2, so good recovery on his part, and then Justin right behind him. They're slowly, well, not slowly anymore, they're starting to catch me. I qualified 2nd overall in the race, so once you've figured out how to drive these karts, it's about kart lottery and which kart you get. And as mentioned in the prior video, they added some new lights here at Dallas Karting Complex. Looks way better than it did prior. I mean, it was really dark in certain corners. Now there's a pretty good amount of light throughout all portions of the track. Looks like, what, 1, 2, 3, and then two more karts in the distance back there. There's Shaston making the move to the inside. A little bit of contact with Chris. He apologizes. I don't think that contact was egregious enough to warrant an apology, but that's just the type of guy Shaston is, so good on him. Citizen of the Year. Maybe kart racer Citizen of the Year, because he's just a nice guy. Now, the nicest guy in karting, he races in the lights class. That's David B. Nicest guy you'll ever meet, and by far nicest guy in karting. There's Justin going into, what is that, 5th spot on that corner, so a little battling there. It's good for me. I'm able to kind of open up just a little bit on him. They're talking about doing some endurance racing here at DKC, so that'll be kind of cool if we can get into some of that. We've done some endurance races out here in the past, a 3-man group and a 4-man group. I think the 3-man group, I think we won that one, and in the 4-person group, we got 2nd place, if I'm not mistaken. Poor clutches, you can hear him really working to try to get us back up to speed. Lake DKC to the left and Pond DKC to the right. Lake DKC is really deep. I think I saw it before they filled it in. It's like 40 foot deep or something like that. You see the gap open up behind me, so it's going pretty well. A lot of you ask what radio system we're using. It's called a Sena, spelled S-E-N-A. Motorcycles, riders use that system to talk to each other. And it turns out that it works really well for rental kart racing. I've used it too in the other karts, the louder karts. You can still hear. It's a little louder, a little harder to hear, but it still works. And in the rental karts, it works really well.
Going side by side in the chicane.
A little bit more battling back there again. Good for me. We're getting ready to go, I think, halfway here. If I can salvage 3rd spot from this, it'll be a really good result, especially for points.
Yeah, he doesn't have that one figured out. He's doing really good everywhere else, but...
Am I opening up on him or not?
Oh yeah, he's got 20 kart links on him.
Nice.
I mean, Chapin's in the one behind you though, and his kart is fast.
Well, I better drive faster then.
Yeah, you can. I'm gonna try and get Malar.
Halfway. Thanks, Talent, for the halfway.
Oh, my bad. I'm gonna wave to the drone one of these laps.
Alright. I gotta get my... Not gonna be easy.
And there's Shaston back there in kart 24, which is a fast kart, and he is catching me. And there's just nothing I can do. I'm going as fast as I can. So all I can do is hope he makes a mistake and cost himself some more time. There's a shadow back there, and yep, he's right there. And you can see how much faster his kart is once it gets wound up. Look at that. Goes pretty easy. He's pretty smart about it though. He knows he's not going to be able to pass me in that corner, so he just kind of hangs out. Same thing here. kind of biding his time before he makes the move. He's gonna have a little peek to the inside, a little bump there, so now I know he's there for sure. He looks to the outside here. He's gonna give me a little bump there. I think he's trying to work with me here and just try to pull away a little bit more before he starts trying to pass me. If he's able to pass me, I think he would probably just go around me. If he sees like a really easy opportunity, just probably go around me. And right there, I go out really wide, kind of shake my head in disgust. I tell him I did pretty bad, thumbs down to me. And right here, goes over under. Nice easy pass. It's like, go ahead, man. I'm not going to be able to compete with you. Don't want to hold you up. If you have a chance of catching second place, just go ahead. I know I don't have the cart to stay in third. He could pass me at some point in the race, so no use in holding him up. And kind of messing myself up too. I'll let him go ahead of me, and maybe I can pick up some speed by just following him. It's a lot easier to follow somebody. You tend to go a little bit faster sometimes if they're running good lines, which he is. Help you go a little faster. Look behind us, see what's going on, and again, I'm talking to Justin on the radio, and he's trying to sneak up on me. He's not saying anything like, hey, I'm catching you or anything like that. He always tries to do that. Always tries to sneak up on me, and I'm on to him. I know what he's doing. And I told him right there, I was like, I know what you're doing. And I called him a couple of words that I don't want to put on this video. He sees Shaston up ahead, just slowly getting away from me, and Justin's catching up, and I think Chris is behind him, not too far away. Yeah, Chris is back there. I mean, Justin's a little bit ahead of him, but Chris is still kind of within striking distance if something happens. What, 3 more laps to go? I missed that turn there by about a foot or foot and a half, maybe 2 feet even. If Justin gets behind me, I don't think I'll go defensive because there's really no reason to. Again, trying to gauge who is behind him. If there's no one behind him or even close, then maybe, yeah, I'll go defensive. But if there's some other people pretty close, it might be the smart thing for me just to let him go, because I don't want to slow myself down and invite the people further back into our race. So right here, we're just taking our normal lines. Justin repping the Ferrari gear there. He's going to look to the outside. He's out of position here though, so he's going to have to settle back in behind me and just stay in line. So you see behind Chris there, who's behind Justin, there's another cart back there. He's pretty far away. Whoa, almost go off track there. 2 to go. I'm kind of laughing on the radio, having a good time, but it's getting a little bit more intense. It's picking up now. I mean, it's 2 to go. I don't expect Justin to stay in line behind me. And you see right there, he does look to the inside, but he is out of position. There's Chris right there. Watch this.
3-1.
Almost spun him out. All right, we have a race on our hands for sure. Everybody's going for it. Nobody's waiting, so I'm definitely going to go defensive here. little bit defensive. He's like, hey, I'm not, on the radio, he's like, I'm not trying to pass you just yet, which he could be lying to me. It looks to me like he's been trying to pass me. You see right there, orange helmet, that's kart 13 in the fast kart. Guess what? He's starting to show up to our race now because we're just going slower now because now we're racing each other. Chris is going to look to the inside. He's out of position on Justin though. He looks to the inside pretty late on Chris, gets some dirt. The right side's off the track, has to hang back in line. Lets me open up just a little bit, but this is the last lap coming up. All right, here we go. Could end up in 7th, could end up in 4th. Justin looks to the inside. I'm able to get a better bite out of the corner, so I defend the spot. He's backing off to make a run. Gets hit by Chris right there, knocks him off his line. Good for me. Right there, I go off track just a little bit. I'm going to scrub the tires here, right there. Got a little dust on him, trying to not slide out. And Justin looks to the inside. Oh no. Chris spins out.
You jerk. Yeah.
Take my spot right back. Last lap, just a few more corners left. There's kart 13 orange helmet. Now watch this. I start the turn. All of a sudden, there he is. Boom, knocks me out wide. Like, what the heck? In-kart audio for the finish. Here we go.
Ah, I can't get him.
Come on, Justin!
Side by side, side by side.
All right.
For YouTube.
Oh, I get a good spot to watch this.
Oh, God!
I got you. I got you.
Oh.
Nice.
And there you have it. Race Justin. I beat him by 0.02 of a second for 5th spot. Super cool race. We got through that corner pretty clean overall, I guess, considering we're racing both pretty hard. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun there at the end. And thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one. Y'all take it easy.